Hi, this is Mary from Front Porch Ideas and More, and Dave and I want to show you the Songbird pillow toppers that we made for our springtime porch. We made 3 of them. We made a green checked one, we made one on painter's drop cloth, and we also made one on a blue mottled background. And these are hand painted, and we're going to show you exactly how we did it. And you don't have to be an artist to do it because I'm not, and it was really pretty easy. But most of all, it was a lot of fun. So come along and watch how we did it. So this, of course, is what the finished scene looks like, but let me show you. I'm working on my second pillow now, and let me just give you a quick look at how I'm doing it. So this time, instead of drawing it with pencil, I got my confidence up and I just drew it with my black marker. And as you can see on one of my birds right up here, I kind of drew the leaf on his head. But I think I'm going to be able to fix that with some paint. So not to worry, and I just have to keep remembering this is just a pillow topper. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start painting, and it's really just like coloring in a coloring book, except you're using paints. And I'm just using my regular craft paints that I have and picking out bright colors. And I'm going to start, first of all, by painting in the leaves. So follow along, and I hope that you try this for your porch too. So let me show you how I do one of the leaves, and trust me, this is super easy. I'm using a nice bright green color for half the leaf. So it's just like I said, it's like coloring in a coloring book, and it's actually a blast. So I'm going to just fill this in, and you really don't have to be that careful because in the end I'm going to blend the paints a little bit. So I've got that kind of filled in, and then let me use a different shade of green for the other side. See how pretty that is? Just put that on the other side. Doesn't take much, and it's very forgiving. And almost there. Just get a little closer to the edges. And then I'll go back with the other green and just kind of blend it a little bit. Just kind of like that. And there I've got my first leaf. So the next thing that I'm going to paint is this pear. And what I did is I put some yellow and red paint in this plastic cup, and eventually they'll get kind of mixed up with each other. But we'll just see where this is going to take us. So get a little yellow on the brush and just kind of put it in there. It's not about being perfect by any stretch. It's just getting it on the pear. And I do kind of try to stay into the lines, but you know, you don't even have to do that. So getting yellow there. Now I'm going to get a little red on my brush. I'm going to put a little red up here, and you can see it's a little bit mixed with the yellow now too because I didn't rinse my brush. So see how pretty that is. And I like the idea of having the kind of what I call the gradient colors. So a little bit more red, and just go around, kind of fill it in. It's nothing exact about it. It's just plain fun. Okay, I've got that, and now I want it to look a little bit realistic, so I have just a dab of brown paint too. I'm going to just, maybe that's just a little bit too much. I'm just going to put a little bit of brown in there. And I don't know why, but I think I'm going to just put a little dab of aqua. I don't know why. Well, I'm not sure that I like that, so I'm going to just kind of cover it up. But oh gosh. But you get the idea. Put a little bit more red right up there. Gives it the idea of a pear. There we go. I'm ready now to paint the first bird, and so I chose 4 different colors. I've got a tan for his head. I've got some blue for his wing, and I really don't have any orange paint, which is kind of funny, but I'm going to just mix some red and yellow for the orange. And I also think I'm going to put a little white on his wing as well. So I'm not doing this to try to make it look like any specific bird, I'm just making it colorful. But if you have a favorite bird, a bluebird, a blue jay, a cardinal, or whatever, you could match it to the bird's colorings. So let's start here first. I'm going to do his wing first of all. So I've got a little of the blue paint, and I'm going to just fill it in right here like this. Very easy. And if you noticed, I drew a few more detail lines on the inside of the bird, since you probably saw the picture before. So I've got that done. I'm going to rinse out my brush a little bit. I just have a plastic cup of clean water. And then I'm going to do his head, and that's going to be done in tan. So let's see how that goes. Now actually I could be using a little bit smaller brush for this area. I've got kind of a big brush here, but I think I can do it. But I might recommend that you do something a little smaller than I'm doing. And we'll just go around his eye a little bit. Just kind of like that. I'll probably touch that up with a smaller brush. Just kind of blend that into his feather. And maybe just a little bit more. Give him a little bit more color. Hey, little birdie, you're coming alive. Okay, I've got that done. It's maybe not the best bird you've ever seen, but I think by the time I have this done, it's going to be just fine. Now I'm going to just do a little bit of white right here. A little bit of white on his feather. And then rinse this out again. I'll get my, I'm mixing my yellow and my red. If you can kind of see that. I'm going to do his tail feathers. Ooh, I love it when the colors get mixed a little bit. It's just beautiful. Get a little more yellow in there. Like so. And I think that I will add a little bit of tan to his wing. I'm really just winging it here. So this is just definitely on the spur of the moment. Actually, I might use a little bit darker brown here on his wing. Give him a little depth. Just let that white peek through just a little bit. And then I think I will do a little bit of red on his breast. Just a little hint of red down here, a little red and yellow. Just kind of like that. Get a little bit more yellow in it, a little more color. Now he's coming together. And then I think I'll take I'm going to take a smaller brush and touch up around his beak. I'm sorry, I'm going to touch around his eye is what I meant. But maybe I'll give him a little red beak. That would be cute. So I'm going to do this so maybe I can smooth it out a little bit. There we go. Then get a little red for his beak. I don't know that birds actually have red beaks, but this bird's going to have a red beak. Beautiful. Okay, so I just wanted to show you how it looked when I got done. I think the scene is pretty well done. The only thing I might do is I might touch up the black lines with a little bit of brown paint, just to kind of make it more woodsy looking. But other than that, this pillow topper is about done. I'm going to just finish the edges. I hope you enjoyed our tutorial on how we made our Songbird pillow toppers. One last thing I wanted to show you before we go is how I attach the pillow toppers to the pillow. I used embroidery floss and I just did one stitch in each corner, and I also did a stitch in between each corner just to secure it. You could also do safety pins from the inside if you wanted. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you on the porch.